Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. After a competitive process, Greensboro Police Chief John Thompson has named a deputy chief and 3 assistant chiefs whose promotions take effect in February. The new team of chiefs will join interim assistant chief Leslie Brown to move the strategic plan forward for the police department. Establishing a leadership team was one of Thompson's first priorities as the new police chief. Deputy Chief Renee Sigmund has been with GPD since April of 1995. Sigmund is currently the Assistant Chief of the Support Bureau, which among other areas includes traffic operations, school resource officers, behavioral health response team, and the Special Response Hazardous Devices and Negotiations teams. Assistant Chief Richard Alston began his career with GPD 23 years ago. He is currently the captain of Patrol District 2. Alston has served in several divisions across the department, including criminal investigations, vice narcotics, special operations, and professional standards. Assistant Chief Milford Harris joined the Greensboro Police Department 23 years ago. He currently serves as captain of the Vice Narcotics Division. Harris has served in the Patrol Bureau, Operational Support Division, Resource Management Division, and Professional Standards Division. Assistant Chief Doug Tabler has been with GPD since 1997. He currently serves as the captain of Patrol District 3. Tabler's department experience includes the Crime Abatement Team, K-9 Unit, Center City Resource Team, Watch Command, and Professional Standards Division. The top brass will meet with officers, professional staff, and the community to discuss GPD's goals. A series of community meetings will be announced in the coming weeks. The Greensboro City Council approved an agreement with Jarrett Walker and Associates for more than $560,000 to fund the Mobility Greensboro 2045 plan. The plan will guide Greensboro's vision for public mobility and future investments into the Greensboro Transit Agency, with a goal to make Greensboro a car-optional city by 2040. Council also approved an agreement with Security Detection Incorporated for more than $860,000 to install single-lane indoor metal detectors for the Greensboro Coliseum complex. These new state-of-the-art metal detectors will enhance the entry process for patrons attending events at the Coliseum, making it easier and faster to enter. These devices are in use at the Stephen Tanger Center for the Performing Arts. In final City Council news, the body voted not to expand the city's current downtown borough social district border. The social district ordinance allows downtown patrons to consume alcohol within the designated border during certain times with restrictions. The city's borough social district first went into effect on March 1st, 2022. If you live in the city limits of Greensboro, the Water Resources Department needs your help to determine where underground lead pipes are located on private and commercial property. The Water Resources Department's Lead and Copper Compliance Program is an opportunity for homeowners and business owners to weigh in. These groups are asked to locate the indoor section of their service line, test the line's material to see what it is, and then report the results to the city. The entire process should take no more than 15 minutes. Knowing the type of materials service lines are made of helps the staff at Water Resources to inventory those lines and identify potential risks for lead exposure. Step-by-step instructions on locating your service lines and how to report your findings, which is referred to as the survey, are available on the city's website. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
For most people, occasional lapses in memory are a normal part of the aging process, but sometimes not. As we get older, there are some normal memory errors that we make that are age-related. For example, misplacing your keys, having trouble finding a word while you're talking, even forgetting an appointment. That's not cause for concern. What I see is that when people make these errors much more frequently and they begin to disrupt their lifestyle, then we start to worry that there may be a dementia coming. A lot of people ask me, how can I maintain the memory I have or the thinking skills I have? Sometimes when we forget, it's not that we're forgetting information, but we're not actually absorbing it. So if you're having visual problems or hearing problems, or you've been diagnosed with those and you're supposed to wear glasses or hearing aids, please do wear those and get those kinds of things checked out. Secondly, sleep. Sleep is very, very important for memory. And we find that people who have inadequate sleep or disorders of sleep will have problems with staying alert and also problems with memory during the daytime. Drinking too much alcohol, use of drugs, and smoking. I would recommend stopping smoking because when you're smoking, you're actually taking oxygen out of the brain, and it can actually worsen your health in other ways. Stay intellectually engaged. Doing crossword puzzles or word searches, that's fine, but what research shows us is that when you're doing those activities and it's a social context where you're doing it with other people, it can be much, much more effective to keep you mentally sharp. So, get involved in book clubs, go to dance classes, things like that can be very helpful. Another important thing is exercise, and people don't always realize that exercise is important to brain health. 30 minutes a day, if you can, of aerobic activity can be very, very effective in promoting the health of your brain because you're pumping blood through your brain. Managing stress and depression, that's an important one. I think that a lot of folks who are having memory problems, what we find out is that they're having very stressful lifestyles or they're actually depressed. Many of my patients ask me what they can do in terms of aids to use to improve their memory. First, you can definitely write things down. That's probably the easiest thing to do, either in a cell phone or on a pad of paper. Using a calendar that's in a central location in your home to kind of mark down appointments and important information can be very helpful. Asking people to repeat what they say to you back, even if you think you've heard it, and then rehearsing what you hear back in your own mind can be very helpful in strengthening the memory trace that you get. Another memory aid would be using alarms. So if you have to do something at a certain time to program your watch or your cell phone to give you an alarm to remind you to do something. If you worry that you're having memory problems or you're worried about a loved one having memory problems, I think the first thing to do is consult with your personal care physician. There are many medical conditions that could cause memory loss. Medical conditions such as thyroid disease, vitamin deficiencies. There can even be side effects of medications that can cause memory loss. So you want your physician to be able to review those with you and make sure that that's going fine. Thanks for joining me. I hope this information has been helpful. For more information about memory and wellness, please visit conehealth.com/wellness. I'm Dr. Michael Zelson.
The Central Library is hosting an event for people who share their love of books, and we have the schedule for this year's Opus concert series. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Public Library is hosting the 14th Annual Book Lovers Social. The event will take place at 6:30 p.m. on Monday, February 6th at Central Library. Discover Greensboro's favorite book club reads of 2022 and the most anticipated new releases for 2023. This annual celebration of books will include appearances by authors Jamila Minix and James Tate Hill. Minix won the Penn Bellwether Prize for socially engaged fiction for the novel Moonrise over New Jessup. Her debut novel is both a celebration of Black joy and a timely examination of the opposing viewpoints that attended desegregation in the South. James Tate Hill is the author of a memoir, Blind Man's Bluff, a New York Times Editor's Choice, and a Washington Independent Review of Books favorite of 2021. His fiction debut, Academy Gothic won the Nielsen Literary Prize for a first novel. He serves as fiction editor for Monkey Bicycle and contributing editor at Literary Hub, where he writes an audiobooks column. Central Library is located at 219 North Church Street. There will be socially distanced seating, and this will stream live on the library's Facebook page. Creative Greensboro awarded $400,000 to 18 local artists and culture nonprofits. This is made possible by the first Sustaining Creativity Community Partnership Grants. The funding supports general operations for organizations offering creative programming and significantly expands the city's support of the local creative economy. The funding augments $1 million worth of in-kind support the city provides annually to 15 additional arts nonprofits housed in the Greensboro Cultural Center. Ryan Deal, Greensboro's Chief Creative Economy Officer, said our grantee and tenant partners generate $20 million in revenue, which is reinvested in this community through the purchase of goods and services. Their significance as job creators and economic engines cannot be understated. Each grant recipient received $20,000 to spend by June 30th. 7 organizations received a bonus of $5,700 for excellence in creative vibrancy or community benefit. The grants were awarded to nonprofits that do not receive significant city support. A volunteer panel of community members and cultural affairs commissioners reviewed the applicants and recommended the 18 organizations for funding. The city expects to offer the grants annually. To learn more about the Sustaining Creativity Community Partnership Grants, please visit the city's website. The Opus Concert Series will be music to your ears with 4 events featuring the Creative Greensboro Community Ensembles. Mark your calendar now so you don't miss these free concerts. The Greensboro Big Band Valentine Swing Dance will perform at 3 p.m. on Saturday, February 11th at the Van Dyke Performance Space located at 200 North Davie Street. The Philharmonia of Greensboro will perform with the Danville Symphony Orchestra at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, March 11th at the Dana Auditorium on the campus of Guilford College. Also at the Dana Auditorium, the Greensboro Concert Band will perform at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday, March 12th. The Choral Society of Greensboro will be joined by the Philharmonia of Greensboro at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, April 22nd at Dana Auditorium on the campus of Guilford College. Founded in 2019, Creative Greensboro provides support for, ensures access to, and drives awareness of Greensboro's creative community. For more information about the concert series, please visit the city's website. The Greensboro Transit Agency is nationally recognized for its innovation and eco-friendly fleet. GTA is also known for its unique way of recognizing Black history. Coming up after the break, find out how the transit agency is educating the community. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Each year, the Greensboro Transit Agency uses its fleet to commemorate notable African Americans during Black History Month. Joining me now to talk about this year's tribute and other transit activities is Kevin Elwood. He is the Marketing and Communications Specialist for GTA. Hello, Kevin. Welcome back.
Hi, Carla. Thank you.
Always good to see you. So there are obviously exciting things happening at all times at Greensboro Transit Agency, including a switch or a differential movement of your public transit division. So tell us about that.
Yes, we are getting ready to complete a move, and it's not a physical move. It's actually a move in our organizational structure within the city of Greensboro. Since 1990, we have been the Public Transportation Division under the Transportation Department, but moving forward, we are going to become the Transit Department under the city of Greensboro. And that is just going to allow us to be able to better allocate our resources, place more emphasis on the operation of our transit system, and be able to just continue providing the services that we're providing to the community.
And certainly that's indicative of all the growth that we are experiencing and that we're looking forward to in the next 3 to 5 years and beyond. So I think having that centralization of transit is a really good thing.
Yes, it is. And even though we'll no longer be a part of the transportation department, we will be still working closely with them along with the planning department, because we share a lot of different resources that we use in order to provide public transit to the community.
Fantastic. So are you expecting some new arrivals to the fleet? We're always excited to see new vehicles on the road. What do you have in store?
Yes, we are expecting in the month of February the delivery of 8 brand new Flyer transit buses. They will be 35 feet in length and 40 feet in length. And so I always joke that, we love to get that new bus smell, but of course the most important aspect is that we'll be replacing 8 of our older buses, the older diesel buses. These will be new diesel buses to replace those.
Okay, that's interesting because you've been the forefront leaders in electric buses and now you're switching to diesel. Are these still considered eco-friendly?
Well, yes, they are considered clean diesel. These are probably the most clean buses that there are in terms of diesel. However, we are still committed to alternative fuels. We ordered these diesel buses. They were already on order because of the contract requirements. But going forward, all of our buses from this point will be alternative fuel. We'll be looking not only at continuing with electric, but we'll also be looking at hydrogen cell and also natural gas.
Fantastic. So we are trying to keep the green in Greensboro, and that is one way to go about doing that. Now we came into the segment talking about Black History Month. The GTA has always been a really big supporter and celebrating Black History Month in very unique ways and using your fleet to do so. So what do you have in store this year as far as your commemoration?
Well, this year we're announcing the Black History Spotlight, and this will be an annual event that we will do. We're taking one of our buses and we're outfitting it, decaling it with prominent persons or events in Black history. And it's going to cover the gambit, not just civil rights, but in the area of music, literature, medicine, entertainment. And so this year, one of our buses is going to feature 2 important people in Black history. The first is Dr. Charles Drew, who is the inventor of the modern day system for collecting, storing, and distributing blood. If you learn more about his history, you'll see that he actually has a local tie to the Triad area. In addition, our bus is going to feature Gerald Lawson. Gerald Lawson is an engineer who invented the first video game system to use interchangeable cartridges. It was called the Fairchild Channel F video console, and it led the way to the modern day Atari, Nintendo, Sega, Xbox, all of that. None of that would have been possible without the efforts of Gerald Lawson.
Well, I think my nephew's going to appreciate Mr. Lawson as much as he loves his video games. Well, that'll be fantastic, and people will be able to see their imagery on the buses.
Yes, on the buses they'll see the image of Dr. Drew on one side and Gerald Lawson on the other. There'll also be a QR code on the side of the bus, and when you scan that QR code, it will take you to a special page that we've set up that talks about Dr. Drew and Gerald Lawson. Also provides links for additional information you can retrieve, including a link to books that are available and other resources available at the Greensboro Public Library.
Fantastic. Well, we always look forward each year to seeing who you will be featuring and how you will be commemorating Black History Month. So thank you, Kevin. It's always a pleasure to see you, and I appreciate you taking time to stop by and keep us up to date on what's happening at GTA, and come back and let us know other updates as they come along.
Will do. Thank you, Carla.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. East Greensboro is rolling out the red carpet for Impact Data. The company is building the Dream Center at Gateway Research Park. Impact Data is investing more than $130 million, creating 28 new jobs with an average salary of $61,000. The Dream Center is a mixed-use facility touting a 10-megawatt hybrid co-location data center, a high education innovation center, and workforce development co-working flex space to support the East Greensboro community. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn said in the past 5 years, the city has been intentional about making equitable investments, especially as it relates to East Greensboro. Impact Data is adding to the variety of innovation taking place in the Gateway Research Park while setting the foundation for those seeking careers in the technology sector. Impact Data is a minority-owned digital infrastructure firm that delivers mission-critical infrastructure focused on partnerships with historically Black colleges and universities and their surrounding communities in select national markets. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
Dinosaurs, dancers, and diplomats, this week's events on the town. See the Greensboro Coliseum transformed into a prehistoric jungle filled with dinosaurs and scientists when the Jurassic World Live Tour visits February 3rd through the 5th. The live-action show features stunts and an original storyline guaranteed to make memories to last another 65 million years. Tickets start at $20 and may be bought online at greensborocoliseum.com. See some of the region's top gymnasts when the Greensboro Gymnastics Invitational comes to the Coliseum Special Events Center February 3rd through the 5th. Adult tickets cost $20, $10 for kids. Visit greensborogyminvite.com for more information. Aspiring authors are invited to join their fellow writers for a monthly write-in on February 4th at 2 p.m. Head to the Glen McNary Branch Library to meet other writers and work on your novel. Library staff will be present to answer your writing questions. Register for this free event at greensboronc.gov. Enjoy the thrilling energy of river dance as never before during 3 shows at the Tanger Center February 7th through the 9th. The Irish and International Dance Performance features a new soundtrack, lighting, and stage designs. Tickets start at $28 and may be bought online at tangercenter.com. And former Atlanta Mayor Andrew Young is the featured speaker February 8th in the International Civil Rights Museum Speaker Series. The noted diplomat gives his address at the Elliott University Center at UNC Greensboro on February 8th at 6 p.m. For tickets and the full series schedule, visit sitinmovement.org. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Housing and Neighborhood Development Department is offering a new housing program specifically for public service employees to accomplish buying a home. The Public Service Heroes Homebuyer Program is an incentive for moderate-income public service workers. To qualify, they must purchase a home in the Greensboro city limits to encourage home buying in areas of reinvestment. Applicants can apply for the city's Down Payment Assistance Program, which provides down payment and closing costs for a forgivable 5-year loan. This is limited to households with public service workers employed by the City of Greensboro, Guilford County, Guilford County Public School teachers and administrators, as well as active military and military veterans earning 80 to 120% of the area median income. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Greensboro History Museum. Staff hosted a Lunar New Year celebration at the museum. This was an opportunity for the community to learn more about the holiday and appreciate Greensboro's East Asian cultures. The festivities included Lunar New Year crafts and stories, hands-on activities, songs, dancing, and musical instrument performances by members of the Greensboro Chinese Association. This was made possible in partnership with the Greensboro Chinese Association, the UNCG Japanese Club, and the City of Greensboro AAPI Employee Resource Group. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.